You see that one? Yeah. And that's what Caden was doing. And then he gave it to John. John said, "Yeah, buddy! You're fine!
Camper, that was that makes me fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always don't. They're like, what is it? He's like, ain't got no gas in it. You saw it? Are you kidding me? I just asked him.
Not the movie, like I've seen like that scene.
Yeah.
Who sits on a zero turn like that? You have it you look like you're trying to ride a motorcycle with ape hangers on it. You're like, wow, sitting on a zero turn.
Because I'm slouched in this car. Okay.
Slouched into this couch. I'm gonna make a snuggie. It's called slouched in this couch. And why is it that you teach us to sit on a mower and have this mindless guide home to shut up a branch for 30 minutes? He was consistent with his character. Yeah, so anyway, now that we've got all that like nonsense and ridiculous out of us, we are here, and it's kind of like that inquisition. That's kind of the mentality that we have when we came up with it. Ethan offered the idea. Remember, he made up some proclamation. Live. Yeah, when people start like the first edition of things, it should be Pilate. I'm like, that's not true. I said, that is not true, but then it made me think of, I'm asking the staff a bunch of questions. Like, Pilate is like having this inquisition of Jesus. And so I said, all right, we're going to call this podcast Standing Before Pilate, where I'm going to ask you what kingdom you belong to, what are you all about, and in what way are you going to try to change this small little world that we're all a part of called PMBC? And so I'm asking you these questions, put you on the spot, and see, where's your heart? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you what you say that you are? You're here to serve the Lord. You want to see kids grow in the faith, but how? What does that look like? What does that mean? How are you going to accomplish that? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for like high level stuff. At least 4th grade.
What do you mean by what kingdom we belong to? Like,
well,
am I just that tired? I don't know what you mean by that.
Yes. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
you have allegiances.
Yeah.
You must. It's unquestionable.
Right.
And the kingdom aspect came out of, like, he's talking to Jesus and he said, they say you're a king. Where is your kingdom? He asks him directly, where is your kingdom? And we talked about that in training week. So I wanted to put that in there, like, what is this? What is this thing that you're claiming to be trying to instill in these kids' lives? Like, explain it in your own words. Don't let the parents guess. Don't let them just wonder. You know, we want them to know that we are not just John. We want to know that we're men of like integrity that actually have some well-balanced head on our shoulders, like that we're responsible men, like Dwayne from Dry Creek Wrangler School. Sweet mustaches and, you know, we're struggling here a little bit. Me and John.
Cigar.
So I can ask you just like random questions about what you think God is going to do in your life through this summer and what you really feel like He's challenging you to do in the lives of the kids. And so we'll start with John and we'll then make a climb to higher heights. John, how did you end up at PMBC, and what really is the reason why you come to the camp and want to be involved here? You're like we do in our training sessions and in devotions. If it's about food, keep your hand down. I don't want it to be about food. I want it to be real. You understand? Like, speak from your heart.
So, the actual reason?
How did you get here? Like, why are you here at camp? And what is it that you want God to do in you?
I needed a job, and, well, I had a girlfriend named Allie, and she worked here, and she offered me to sign up for a job here. I decided to go with the flow because I didn't know it, and Mr. Greg kind of just put me as Workboy all summer. I'm like, let's go. I didn't know that you could just stay for some weeks and not stay some weeks. That's why I asked for a couple weeks of vacation doing it. Now, I didn't come here personally for Allie. You know that.
I know that. You've said that several times, but do you feel like God called you here through Mr. Greg and Allie? Do you think he worked through that avenue to bring you here?
Yes, mainly because he knew how I dealt with things, knew that I could handle things and pass as long as it's not too much on me, like when I was head work boy.
And what do you think God wants to accomplish for you? Do you think he just is challenging you to do jobs around camp, or is he calling you to do something different?
He's calling me to learn more about him and follow in his ways.
And how does that impact how you approach the campers? I mean, what do you want the campers to walk away experiencing? And what do you want the parents to know from how you're interacting with the campers?
You know, I'm very kind with the campers. They look up to me, and they all thought I was cool. I haven't really talked with the teenagers because that's when I was really busy with Workboy project. So I never got a chance to talk to them as much as the younger ones. I used to play games with the younger ones in team comp, sneak off, and then win every time. Because all I had to do was there was a frisbee game, all I had to do was catch it. They were pretty weak throwers. I was like, okay. That's when I was actually good at frisbee.
Yep.
Because I was playing with them kids.
Very good. Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
You, got here by accident.
Oh, yeah.
You literally kind of, wandered onto the campus and had no clue, what was going to happen. When you're thinking about, campers are one thing. They ask to be in your cabin. They know Aeden. They can interact with Aeden online. They see, social media stuff that you put up from camp and things like that. But if you were, let's say you have a parent who's just kind of questioning, should I really send my kid to this camp? I've heard stories about summer camps and things like that. What do you think is valuable to a parent to know about you specifically in terms of what God is doing, but also just the staff in general? Speak to the parents and communicate to them why you think it's worth a risk. Because it is a risk. Right, we want to be honest, it is a risk.
No, I understand. It's you're sending your kid away for a week, but maybe it's just because this is my second year here and I've gotten a chance to know everybody on a decent level, but I just have this trust and what's the word I'm looking for? I know the staff, and I know how much they love the Lord, and I know how much they want to work here, and really just preach the gospel to the campers. And I don't really know how to explain it other than just I just know these people, and they truly have hearts for God. From the work boys to the kitchen staff to the counselors to program to any other job, it's just each person has been called here by God to do a specific thing, and I can tell that everybody does their job to the best of their ability. because they truly love the Lord. And through loving the Lord, they'll also love campers. The campers because God loves the campers and God loves us. So I don't really know what else to say, but yeah, that's just kind of what I would say about that. It's just, I don't know, it's just different here. You can feel God's presence.
Okay. Let's go over to Myles. Myles, you've had a day.
Yep.
You've got, what'd you say, Achilles tendonitis from last summer.
Yep.
Right, directly related. God put you here and was like, hey, you want to know what Paul felt like? What makes serving at camp worth all that frustration?
I'd say for me it's just the community. When I came last summer, I didn't know what I was gonna get into really. I just been here as a camper for a while and I felt like it was time to join the staff and serve God and give back to the ministry that brought me up. But I was changed last summer as a staff member in more ways than I can count. I really grew in my faith. I started growing more towards God and I started praying and I started reading the Bible more. I started doing devos every day, and I really liked the way that my life looked at the end of last summer. So I knew I just had to be part of that again this summer and grow even closer to Him and meet some new people along the way.
So you're saying even with like all the frustration and honestly physical pain that can sometimes come with summer camp, along with copious illnesses and other things like that, it has a superseding value.
Yes.
In the impact.
Yeah.
Noah is probably the youngest one out of the group here, in age anyway, and he's coming on half the summer in reality, whole summer in heart. Some roadblocks. You know, not all of us are, rich enough in convenience or ability to be here for the whole summer. Oh man, I had to say it. I had to say it, Vanessa, I'm sorry. What do you want to see happen? You volunteered for a little bit last summer and now this is like a legit, I'm actually going through the process, I'm coming to a training week and I'm like mentally preparing for the summer. What's going to be different from last year to this year? What do you want to see God do that's different?
I want to do more. I want to do more work than I did last year. I want to also know the campers better because last year didn't really have time to do that. We were kind of all over the place with work jobs. So I think you changing the schedule a little bit to have like Workboys and kitchen to all be with cabins at certain times, I think that was really good.
Okay.
Sorry.
You okay?
No.
Did you have the broccoli too?
Yeah. It tasted dry.
It might be my feet. Might be the smell of my feet that's making you choke too. Pretty bad. I've been trying to wear sandals this year to like air them out as I'm walking around, but
Think your dog's a bad smell. His
I've been wearing my waterproof boots all day, so like the smell sits in them.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, that's why your cabin smells so bad too. Like my feet got wet today, and I had sawdust and all kind of stuff built up on them.
Mine's even worse because we installed the toilet and went dumpster diving, so.
Yeah, that's right. You got to do all of it. But I will say today, like the Workboy just kind of, when we were doing the work, went into work and didn't complain and didn't like screw around, which was kind of really nice to see for a minute.
You could play.
You know what I mean? You're like this close to putting in that playground thing, right? Or is it in?
It's not in. There's a big issue with putting it in.
Why?
One of the posts has to be like removed to like put it in, just because I can't put the beam in until, because I have to because there's monkey bars like going this way, and then there's a beam that holds it up going this way, and the thing's gotta go right here, and so I can't slide it into the monkey bars and onto the bracket at the same time.
Are you
It's gotta
sure?
go 2 different directions.
I think we can make it work.
Maybe you should take a look at it, but I could.
Are the holes bigger too?
Yeah, those holes we
holes
drew
are-
out are way too big.
That's fine.
Okay.
We can address that.
Okay.
You fill it with closed cell foam and it'll get taken care of.
I told you.
I mean,
He said nothing about
I said, what feeling?
I know.
What feeling? What
Lucas,
feeling?
let's return to some sanity. Like, I've got 2 balances here to return us to reality. You're one of our more like serious individuals on camp that wants to really like focus, and is sometimes like, why are you doing that? That's kind of dumb. Like, don't do that. Which is valuable, because obviously any women that are watching the podcast know if you get any group of men together, some foolish things will happen. And we won't lie and say they won't.
Oh no!
But when you're looking at, I'm gonna just be honest, and like when you were working retreats, I wondered if you were gonna drop out for the summer, just because of like difference in like personality, and the summer dynamic is just vastly different than retreats. And I was curious if you were gonna like stay. Being here at training now, can you remove the pillow so we could actually see Lucas? Although he probably enjoys it, you are hiding him. I would rather us see his face when he's speaking.
Fair point.
You can build a pillow fort tomorrow in the loft with the kids.
Yay!
What is the difference between working the retreats, your experience working retreats, and your experience so far in training week, and what let's just leave it there. What is the difference between your experience working on retreats and working and being here for these training weeks so far?
Obviously the biggest difference is here we're not working in the kitchen, and retreats it's all kitchen.
Yeah.
It's the most obvious difference. But I mean, less people, which is preferable to me, but less people during retreats.
Well, like, you seem to be interacting and like being like part of the group and coalescing well. Like, what is your outlook on the summer? What do you think God is trying to accomplish through the group that's here? When Aaron edits this, he's going to zoom in on your face while you're talking, so just imagine that the camera's zooming in on you right now.
Great.
Aaron edits this.
Yeah.
Why?
He's media coordinator.
Come on.
Well, he's
He wants to.
I got 2
Yeah.
different nods.
we have no one else,
Well.
and he's willing.
Force Diella to come back.
Nobody told me.
I mean, I have a camera, so.
You're getting out of it. Don't try to slow roll it. Like, don't try to drink water for the rest of the podcast. Is this real? Is like that reality, or
John, what are you
Honestly-
laughing at?
honestly laughs like Blackbeard from One Piece? If you ever watched the anime,
Yo,
Stop.
what? Is there like reverse laughing gas? Like gas to make someone stop laughing?
let's not have any gas in here.
There's somewhere else.
Too late.
Lucas.
What was the question again?
What do you see God doing through the group of people that you have met at training?
Well, a lot of us are coming out of our comfort zones, like Myles and me, and we're becoming one body in Christ. At least that's the goal.
I'll agree to that. I mean, I'll agree to it. I don't think it's a thorough answer. I think you know that. You have more to say. You just don't, are you done? Are you satisfied with that answer?
I mean, you said 4th grade levels.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have need to take it literal. It's my fault.
You know us.
Well, yeah, why don't you, I mean, we do have a dynamic team. You're watching the podcast, you can tell some differences between everybody in the room right now in terms of their personality and how they interact. But why don't you just take like a moment and communicate, because you brought it up and he brought it up too. Like, you're coming out of your comfort zones. We put you in a specific area of the camp for a reason, because of your gifts and the way that your personality works. Can you explain a little bit as to why you enjoy this role and why you think this is a role that God can use you in effectively?
Both of us?
Yeah, both of you, just one at a time. You could do it in unison. I don't know. I don't think you're at that bonding level yet, though.
Maybe we could make a chant. One of us. One of us.
One of us. One of us.
You can do it.
One of us.
So yeah, like today when we did that staff personality test with Aoife, it was really funny how Lucas and I got the same personality type, and
Even down to the sub.
yes, even down to the sub levels,
Okay.
we got the same exact type. So we thought that was pretty funny, and how we both came to work this summer, and with the position that you put us in as more of like details and organizing things, like that's our strong suit. So working together as the same personality type, we get along really well. At least I think so.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. I can be a bit annoying at times, so. Especially for someone who's more introverted than me. But yeah, I think we'll be able to serve the Lord really well in this position.
Yeah. Are you happy that there is another person in the position with you, but only one other person?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Human contact is at a minimum.
Okay. So knowing that, like, you have this distinct personality, you do work better in smaller group populations. How are you going to use that gifting, even though it's somewhat of like a limitation, it's important for the role that you're in to have that. How are we going to use that to serve the Lord this summer if it's not directly interacting with the kids on a regular basis? How are you going to make sure that you're actually doing things to serve the Lord through your role and through your personality that He's allowed you to kind of live in? What are you going to do with it? How are you going to translate it to the kids in a way that changes their experience?
So,
You mentioned a body. What part of the body do you think you fill?
whichever part does all the stuff in the background.
So you're a pancreas or what? Like, I don't know. What are you?
Stomach.
Good
Stomach.
question.
That might actually be true.
Yeah, stomach.
Explain why.
I just said stomach just because.
All right. Well, now we're getting into biology. Hannah came in about biology tests and blah blah blah.
Oh, wonder.
Right. That's what she was like dead last night.
Yeah.
why would the stomach fit a person trying to like relate to a human body, to the body of Christ, who has this desire to kind of shape things in the background? Why would a stomach fit that area? Does anybody know?
I was just thinking about food over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to break down that barrier of like work boys and what people think about work boys, but like food and all the basic things of life are seem to be what motivates us.
Not me.
I'm also thinking of this.
I like to weed whack and mow.
I like to mow.
I like to
Mowing
organize the
motivates
football. Oh,
You guys are making
Mom.
me think of like the Sling Blade movie. Who's seen Sling Blade?
Not me.
Nope.
Nobody's ever seen Sling Blade. But what are you guys like? 18?
You're
And 14?
60.
Wait.
17.
There was a character in there that he had like a little bit of a disability, but he like loved like fixing tractors and stuff like that. And so he would always go to like the restaurants and he'd try to be ordering his food. And Billy Bob Thornton did a really good job with like the character, like being really convincing. And he likes to mow tractors, but there's this one scene where the guys are trying to fix this lawnmower, and it's not going. And they're trying everything, right? They're taking the carburetor off, and they're doing all this kind of stuff. And he just comes up to him and he's like, mm-hmm. They're like, can you look at this lawnmower and see if you can figure this out? Because they didn't think he was going to be able to do it. And he's like, I'll see what the problem is here with this mower. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, what is it? He's like, it ain't got no gas in it.
I've seen that.
You saw it?
I think so.
Are you
yeah.
kidding me? I just asked
No,
you.
not that movie. Like I've seen like that scene. I think.
Yeah, on
They
TikTok.
just see clips of it on TikTok.
Yeah, I just see
Yeah.
clips of it.
I just love when he asks for those fried. He's always asking for fried taters.
Well, I like mowing because you can
You
just
got
sit
any of
on
those fried taters? Mm-hmm.
the, just sit on the zero turn, earbuds in.
Who sits on a zero turn like that?
Like, I don't
You
sit
like-
like fully back like
You're
this, but
having
I'm in a
like-
couch.
You look like
Okay.
you're trying to ride a motorcycle with 8 hangers on it. And you're like, wow, sitting on a zero turn.
Well, because I'm slouched in this couch. Okay. So I sit on it.
Slouched in this couch.
Okay, so I'll sit on it like
I'm gonna
this.
make a snuggie called slouched in this couch. And put Aiden's face on it. With his 8 hangers, you put her out there.
You could use it for mowing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just sit on it, put earbuds in. It's something like lazy you could do like when you're tired, but like you want to do something productive. That's why I like it so much.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I'm tired, I like mowing because it's productive, but like I don't have to do much because I just sit on a zero turn. It's like my favorite thing to do at home too.
Yeah, well, because you get to clear your mind. Why do you need to? We'll talk a little bit about that before we leave, because, like, sometimes parents get the impression that camp, it's a Christian camp, it's a Bible camp, and all these people are like super ultra mature believers who have their doctorate from a seminary, and they have perfect theology, and they're only going to say and do the right things. And basically, they're the next closest thing to angels.
Stop the cat.
But it's not true, right? We need to ride on the mower because we get frustrated and we get angry and we get like at the end of our wits where we don't want to be on this stupid podcast tonight. Or we don't want to do this again for this week. Like, why do we keep fixing this? It breaks every week. Why don't we just get rid of it? I'm tired of fixing this thing. So, what about the mission at camp makes it so that you just reach your wit's end? Like, why is it that we need to just sit on a mower and have this mindless guy moments where we just shut off our brains for a quick minute? And I'm afraid, John. Honestly. Okay, go ahead.
Crazy.
Is it thought out?
Yes.
Is it about donuts?
Yes.
Then no.
Okay, fine, it's not.
Okay.
I was thinking about doing donuts on the mower though.
But let's move past that.
Okay.
Donuts on a zero turn are not very fun.
Honestly,
Honestly,
it just
spinning in
spins in
circles.
Okay. No, it was.
Hey, but Jordan might like it.
Okay, so basically, it's good to always have a relaxing moment, unless you turn out like me, who yelled at Joey, then yelled at Mikey, then yelled at Michael, all in one time. On the radio.
Who? Yes, parents. They were all workers. John would never yell at a child.
Oh, they're all workers. Yeah.
But why? I thought you guys all got along.
What happened was, they didn't listen to what I said. Like, I only know why they brought a kayak to the bonfire. A whole kayak.
It's true.
I'm like, what?
Why?
And there was another time I got mad. I told him to be is a worker, just to clarify.
Yeah.
And I yelled at him because he was just bullying Jake when we were not bullying. He was just messing with Jake.
Because you guys have conflict.
Yes.
But honestly, when the things that go on at camp boggle John's mind, just like cancel your reservation. No, camp is really hard on the staff. Mentally, physically, emotionally, socially. Like all the troubles that the campers are having in terms of coming to camp and being here for a week, all the staff, they come into contact with all that stuff. Like, I don't know, what are you trying to get away from when you're mowing? Like, what are you taking a break from?
Usually it's just like exhaustion. Like a lot goes on in that day, and I'm just like on no sleep. I just have no energy. Sometimes it's other people. Like if they do something that frustrates me, then I just get on the zero turn, just clear my mind.
Yeah.
Do something productive.
Okay. What are you mowing away from?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a zero turn. I have a push mower.
Yeah.
It's still fun though.
It's the concept, okay? Let's follow the thought process here. He doesn't really have ape hangers on his zero turn either. He doesn't stop him.
I think it's good, like, you just have your AirPods in, put on some music, and use, get an open mind.
But what are you mowing away from?
Reality.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Just zoning out.
You're just done.
Yeah.
I need
Just for an hour or two.
It's
yeah.
also very satisfying to see, like, when the grass is really long, and then you just cut it, and you can see it's just satisfying.
That OCD.
It's on par with like the smell of Home Depot.
Yes.
Yeah. Studies have shown that Home Depot doesn't smell as good on Tuesday evenings.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
That's a very...
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
That's
Anyway.
a useful study. I won't go to...
I have questions about the study because it was only conducted in Home Depots in the southern part of France.
Oh.
Alright. Of course.
Of course, he brought
I was wondering when it was gonna happen.
Where is this going? This is about the French.
Lucas just got wasted.
Lucas, what are you mowing away from besides French jokes?
French people, okay. Social interactions, because they're physically and emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, like you want to serve, but the process of serving is like, I don't know. I mean, it's like a slow death to you, right? It's like it could be torturous because it's not how you function. What about you, John? What are you mowing away from? What makes you want to get on a lawnmower and just drown out all noise and all thoughts?
Oh. But when I'm basically when I'm actually doing something that I'm told to do, right? everyone just bombards me at once. And just tells me,
What? What did they say?
John, okay, John, can you say it in a normal voice?
Is it better?
Just say it in your
Okay, my
It's
accent.
just
No.
John. You can't change. You can't un-John the John.
Everybody needs a genre.
You're not gonna change this John, okay? He's always gonna be the same John.
He's tweaking, bro.
Dude, he's past his bedtime. It is time to like go to bed. But I think it's important, I think it's important for parents to know, like, this is also like a real part of camp, and the girls aren't gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
They're not gonna bring it up. They're not gonna say like, "Oh, camp is hard." Oh, camp sometimes makes me want to like run away, or get on a mower and drive all the way down 435. Going to Duncan with my 8-hanger mower. California custom mowers. Oh man, I love the memes with that father and son duo from that custom motorcycle. You ever see that?
I think so.
And they start the conversation, and the conversation just gets bigger and bigger, and the guy usually ends up throwing the chair at the end, but it's about something ridiculous. I love those ones. I don't know why, they're just really good ones. They're up there with that cat one, the lady screaming at the cat.
Matt, I gotta say, this couch is really comfortable.
I'm glad.
Nate was telling me he knows a guy with a zero turn that has blades that are like, doesn't have one blade, but it's a 70-inch zero turn. I want to get one of those.
Yeah, they make up to, I don't remember if I saw one that was 90 inches.
That's crazy. That's like...
Bigger than that, then it's usually like attached to a tractor on the side and it's run by, but yeah.
I'll be honest here, I like working here a lot. The only time I don't like working here is just when drama starts and stuff.
Yeah, because it ruins things.
Yeah, it ruins the fun of and the joy of working. I like working.
Drama is a broken relationship, John.
Drama.
I know. I didn't say trauma.
Drama.
Drama.
You got it.
Even the director can learn. Yeah, it's a broken relationship. That's why you don't like it.
Yes, I know.
Anyway, any last words? Any final words of wisdom that you want?
I think that the most important part about this camp is that the campers really do see God's light through us, and they see the relationship that we have through Christ, and they want that, and it's usually always at the end of a tap service it hits them. They just start crying, and they ask someone, and they talk to them, and they give their life up to Christ, and I think that's one of the most special parts of working here is to see that, and you get to be a part of that. And the reason why those campers are now saved.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe we should all write a book,
I'll pass.
The Oga book.
and it's gonna be called "Even a Workboy." And it's gonna talk about how God can even use PMBC Workboy, like the worst Workboy ever that you could possibly imagine. Let's just amalgamate all the terrible instances into one art. Whoa, you can't drop real names on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
John,
Aaron, cut that
Now
out.
I'm gonna have to dub in some more Z-ha-ha from John to cover that, and then you're gonna look like an old Japanese movie, like a Godzilla movie. You'll be saying some name, and your lips will be moving, but he'll just be saying Z-ha-ha-ha. Anybody else have any input?
No, I think Noah's comment was spot on. I think it's amazing to to see God work through the staff at the camp and just be a part of that, and just see campers' lives get changed, or if they're already a believer, then like something new that they needed, like something that they've been struggling with, to just like get an answer from God.
Yeah. Cool.
I like the one word.
It's gonna be Ugga Bugga Earth Donuts.
I feel like you would say 3 words.
It's gonna be Ugga Bugga Donuts.
Alright, whatever. Give it a shot. Give it a shot, John.
Ugga Bugga Donut!
Why? How did you do that? What is with the donut? I think the donut detracts from the Ooga Booga, honestly. Who says the donut detracts?
Oh, my stomach loud.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
It just kills the vibe, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where is the Ooga Booga stick?
I left it at home.
You used to have a little wooden billy club that you would carry around with you.
I found that, and then someone stole it from me, and then just gave it to John.
And then somebody threw it in the fire, and it was like half crispy. And I took it out, and I saved it for John to give it back to him.
Andrew hid it from me.
Who was Andrew?
What's his name? Michael's brother.
Yeah.
He said that I was, and he said he did not trust me at all, even though I never fought in the camper.
Well, honestly, John, you're carrying around a stick and you flail wildly at random moments, so...
I'm not gonna lie, that was me when I first found it. I was waving it around like a sword.
That's because most guys will do
I
that.
gave you a Ooga Booga stick.
You don't have it anymore? Because I gave it back to you.
I know I have it, but I don't think I can receive it.
This is intriguing. Where is it?
Is it a poop stick? You never heard of a poop stick?
If I told
It's
you,
a stick you use to like jam down a toilet if you don't have a plunger.
if I told you I accidentally burnt it while trying to make it s'more, would you believe me?
You accidentally burned a whole billy club with a... And how are you making this... What? How big is the marshmallow you put on the billy club?
Why were you even making a s'more with a wooden stick in the first place?
So
World's
no, we
biggest
would
s'more.
no, we would not.
No, we don't believe it. So just tell us what really happened.
I broke it in half.
Okay.
Why?
I did it by accident.
I didn't do that by accident.
Oh, there you go.
I was sword fighting.
Are you making this up?
With who? Sword fighter.
My neighbor.
He also had a wooden billy club.
No, but he had a actual sword, so.
John, I think that could have ended very badly for you.
I think I'm asleep and this is just like...
Oh yeah.
Aaron's got to include this at the end. He's got to include
A gag reel, who knows? I don't know what's going on anymore.
Is he cutting some of this?
Obviously.
Who knows?
Hey, why does it say red mute?
If you touch it, it means it. Don't touch it.
Oh, but it's red.
Just because there's a button with a color on it doesn't mean that you have to touch it.
Especially if it's red.
But could we touch it?
Doesn't that
You're
mean it's
able, you're
mute?
not authorized.
Is it
You're
mute?
physically capable, but I'm not going to allow you to do it.
Yeah, I'm with John on this one. With red, it makes it seem like it's on mute.
Yeah, I think it's
It
mute.
flashes when it's mute.
I was
like flash, like.
okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
I don't know why they did it. I mean, honestly, I wanted the blue one, but I got the red one, so whatever.
Oh.
I'm going to take it back to the
It
store.
is blue.
That's the name.
I know.
We did get the blue one.
Yeah, you did get the
But
blue one.
light is...
Yeah, yeah.
I just like the blue lights more than the red lights. Like the old cars used to have the old orange and green lights on the dashboard when you're driving, and then they changed it to the blue lights. Honda did. And they just seem a little bit more lively in the night. Like those green and orange ones put you to sleep when you're looking at it. It's driving in the road in the middle of the night.
It doesn't bother me because my
Yeah.
car doesn't light up like a Christmas tree when I turn it on.
You have one of those like Fred Flintstone power cars.
Yeah. I just. My bad, John.
Alright, I don't want to get as good as Ben. Wasn't as horrible as you thought it was going to be.
No, it was.
It's really funny.
If I sleep through the bell and like everything tomorrow, it's not my fault.
Truly it is.
It is your fault.
Yeah,
What was that devotion
you
you were
watch that
reading today,
video. You watch that video, you know it's your fault. We already
I know it's my fault, but
I'm about to go drink coffee. I like the taste of it now.
I'm gonna shower and go to bed.
Are you guys really ready for summer camp or no?
I'm ready.
Yes, I've been waiting all week for the campers to come. I'm like stoked for the campers.
Are you going to be able to do that schedule or is it like a little wonky?
It's a bit weird, but we can.
A little monkey?
You can adjust it as you need. I just need
Oh,
those
wonky.
things.
We'll get our stuff done before. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Does it
excited.
fill your schedule in a way that's better for you though, so you feel like you're doing something at all times?
I would be with the campers if I wasn't doing
No, I know that, but I mean sometimes you're with the campers, but you're just standing there watching the program, and it gets agitating. What about you? Do you feel like your schedule is reasonably filled? You know, like it's overfilled right now with this stupid podcast. So like,
Yeah.
No.
you jam me in a room like a sardine with 5 other people, and you expect me to be happy and content. I feel like the French after the German invasion, there's too many people in the country.
The mango line.
He's just sitting in the corner over there.
He tweaking, bruh.
It's delicious for real.
Blasphemy.
I thought a blicky was a gun.
Yeah, but this is different. Blicious is different.
What is it?
It means whatever you want.
No, it doesn't.
No, it literally just
No,
means
it
whatever you
doesn't.
want.
It's not a real word.
It's just a random adjective that you can use to describe anything you want. It could be
Like I could say this mic is blicious. I could
Yeah.
say Noah is blicious.
Yeah.
So does one have
that
lit
wall
then?
is blicious.
No.
It's just a made up word.
Yeah, we were doing Cabin Among Us. And
Came up with the name blicious, and so
we were just like,
we thought it was a funny
Are you
word.
sure you didn't just make a spelling error?
No, he did it on purpose because no one asked him how he came up with it, and his name on he said his name on Discord is Blix, like Blix, and I don't know why he did it, but on Among Us he just added shus on it, so blicious.
IOUS.
Yeah.
And it became a name. Is he like a famous Among Us guy?
No.
Is he someone that's like at the top tier competitive?
But he got voted off every single time.
Why?
It was just a principle thing. It was a principle thing.
One time he was actually the imposter.
Yeah.
He was.
Did he throw a fit?
Yeah.
Did he throw a fit
Yeah.
when you were deleting him automatically?
Yes.
As a surfer?
Yeah. Because he's 6'5".
Did he rage quit?
But he can't because we quit for him.
Yeah.
I know, but like, did he say I'm not playing next round?
No, you just do something different each round, hoping that we wouldn't vote him off.
Yeah, we would say something different about his name every single time.
And then he put in blicious for the last round. We were like, if you guys don't use the word blicious in a sentence tomorrow, then you're not playing Among Us ever again.
Delicious.
That's-
So then everybody's just overusing blicious.
doesn't even mean anything.
I'm so glad that Among Us is going to be no longer Among Us
Is
on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh! I haven't played a single game with
Why
that.
don't we play like an actual live Among Us?
And kill each other.
Exactly.
Make like puzzles that like we have to complete. And
These guys will invite me to the
sabotage
games.
it.
Yeah, tasks.
We can do that for the junior. Yeah, the juniors would probably like some kind of Among Us game. I'm not gonna lie.
Mallory wanted to make like a little escape room kit for each cabin one day, and like flip the locks so that
Oh, the doors.
we could lock you in, and the only way you could get out is to like go through the kit and unlock all the locks and find all the things that are pre-hidden in your room and use the code to escape. Maybe would that be cool or no?
That would
Now imagine you forgot to add one hint. That's gonna go horribly wrong.
What?
If you forget one hint, it's gonna go
Yeah.
all wrong.
Why? I mean, we just unlock the door from our side.
Yeah.
Fair point.
So
Does
if you have 720 clocks, then you will always have the right time somewhere.
What time is it? You zoom in on 7:20.
Unless you have.
So wait, so if you're running to the nearest hour, what if it's like exactly at like a 30-minute mark?
That rounds up. It's the same thing as
So rounds
5.
up.
Yeah, what do you mean? And then it's at the round point. They don't do anything.
I don't know. In chem, I learned that when you're doing sig figs, if it's just 0.5 and it stops there, you don't round it up, you just leave it 0.5. But if it has something after it, then it depends on what the number is after it. But if exactly 0.5, you just keep it.
No, it depends on if you what function you're doing. It depends on if you're adding, subtracting, or dividing.
You had to bring in the maths to this podcast now.
He brought it up.
I know,
That's the worst subject.
Well, Eden's definitely good at math.
It's chemistry. It's not even math.
But it really is just math and disguise.
Yeah, with 5
It's
plus
just
5.
math with meth. Okay, that's really all it is.
You know what? Looked up
I know. Can you do that? Who's the first person that mixed those chemicals and was like,
carbon 10.
let's take this and let's smoke it.
It would have been a really good chemist, I think.
C10.
Like, I don't think that just happens by accident.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, it's possible that it was like a weird, unintentional reaction, and then he liked the effect on his mental state after the action. Like, that's a happy little accident.
When Bob Ross was that war general, that's what. Those are the capitals that they made.
Chemical weapons.
Yeah.
Forget him, just intoxicated.
Bob Ross.
Weaponized meth. That's already been a thing. Weaponized LSD, weaponized meth.
Bob Ross started it all.
Actually, you know what? I think meth first started because I think the U.S. military wanted to use it to like keep soldiers awake or something for a certain period of time, and then people just learned how to make it.
Methamphetamine.
I think that most drug stars is some kind of like military project.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I know. That's weird. So now we've got into military conspiracies, so now our podcast is done full circle.
It's now banned on YouTube.
Just like your.
Wait, what is this podcast called and where can I find it?
Are you awake? Are you really asking me what is it called?
Yeah.
He said it at the beginning.
I said it at the beginning.
He said it at the
Yeah.
beginning.
He did?
Yeah.
In the beginning was a name.
Something Pilate.
And bingo was his name of.
What was it? What was the name?
Pilot something.
Spell Pilot.
Pilot.
No.
Yeah, like
P-I-L-O-T.
some of the other
Wait,
pilot,
what?
I think.
Pilate.
Wait, what?
Pontius Pilate. A plane pilot is Pilot.
Isn't that what I was saying?
Yes, but that's not the
Even
pilot.
Pontius
Yeah.
Pilate.
That's not the reason why he.
Almost every time I try to type that in,
Pilates.
it's standing before Pilates, especially when I'm using my phone, and I'm like, no. You do not do this to the historical figure. And then they try to put like a little accent on it and make it a French word. Don't French up my podcast, okay?
It's not gonna be me.
Forget.
That's all Lucas.
Aiden will go on full
Francis.
I will. I'll pull out the triple evidence on.
The Three Musketeers.
Their greatest leader wasn't even French. He was technically Italian. Yeah.
They farmed out their military prowess.
Yeah, but like,
They're like, you're the general. I forfeit. Evil bread, I forfeit.
You have 4 feet.
Yeah.
Good to
I
know.
actually do.
Good to know.
Good night, guys.
Alright, yeah.
John, I would advise against coffee right now.
He's gonna drink coffee. I'm so thankful it's 11, not 12.
Who says they're not going to be in there?
It's almost morning already.
John, I will double deadbolt that door as soon as I walk in.
And I know a bunch of ways to get in the cabins.